Welcome to For Your Influence. In today's video, I'm looking for the best pie. Now here's something that you may not know about South Africans. We love our pies and they have been around for a very, very long time. It is only right that the first spot I check out is King Pie, which opened their first bakery in 1990 when a master baker decided that he wanted to open his own bakery that serves delicious pies. So the first joint we're checking out is King Pie. Second one is going to be Woolworths. While we're at it, we're going to check out the Checkers pie, and then we're going to find the garage pie. Very popular. Garage pies are very popular. And then we're going to check out Pie City. And out of all of these, we are going to figure out which one is the best. I don't know what to expect, but what I do know is I'm gonna try and compare the pies that are very similar or the same. So I will check out pepper steak. I'm a pepper steak type of guy. I like steak and kidneys. So I will try my best to find pepper steaks. And if I don't find a pepper steak, I will do a steak and kidney. I've got the King Pie pepper steak. Like I said, opened in 1990 by a master baker who wanted to create a bakery that serves delicious pie. This one is not like properly baked, you know, it's not golden brown, still a little bit soggy, but on top it's quite golden brown. So what they could have done is when they were baking them, they could have just turned them around upside down when they were done, just to hit them a little bit with that hot air in the oven for a few minutes, just to make them crispy at the bottom, because a lot of the sauce has made it soggy. So when your pie is like this, just turn them around, put them back in the oven, they will come out nicer. Let's taste. If you work at King Pie, or you happen to see this video, or you're a manager or somebody that knows somebody that works at King Pie, taste your pepper steak pies. It tastes acidic, it tastes sour, not much pepper to it. Tastes like I'm eating cardboard. The puff pastry, it's alright, but they're not baking it properly at the bottom. So this pie for me, not great. We are not off to a great start. When a place calls themselves King Pie, opened in the 1990s in Pretoria, and their purpose was to make delicious pies. And this is what I'm getting today. Not delicious, don't like us, does not taste great. I'm very disappointed. King Pie should change your name to... Hey, let's move on. Let's check out one of the most talked about pies out there, the Woolies pie. So, you're probably asking yourself, what is he looking for in a pie? What I'm looking for in a pie is really the puff pastry, the crust. I'm looking for the filling, the ratio between the two. First impression, it's crispy. No, so it's nicely, evenly baked. I'm going to break this open though. Let's have a look inside. Look at that. I don't know why I expected to see more filling in this pie, but I'm not. For Woolworths pie, I'm surprised because I've seen some videos of Woolworths pies and it looked like it was full of meat and stuff. And this one is just like, I mean, it just doesn't look like the pies that I've seen, but let's taste. The puff pastry, perfect. Perfectly cooked all around, golden brown. Not very flavorful. I don't know why I expected more. I expected it to be more beefy, more filling, because I've seen some Woolworths pie videos where the filling was just like full and the pie looked full, and this one, to be honest, look at that. There's more sauce than meat. The filling for me, it's alright. If I have to rate it, that's a 3 out of 5 for me. I had high expectations for Woolworths pie. Pretty disappointing. Maybe they have other pies that's better than this, but yeah, this one's alright. Let's see. Next up, let's try the Checkers pie, and let's check that one out. The Checkers pie, the puff pastry, again, not baked properly, still a bit like soft, a little bit soggy at the bottom, on top, a little bit crispy. It seems like all these pieman's pies kind of bake the same. For those that don't know puff pastry, water, flour, salt, fat, you make your dough. Cut that dough into a square, put a piece of butter in the middle, fold it like an envelope, and then start folding that in to create these layers. So what happens is when you put it in the oven, put your filling in your puff pastry dough, put it in the oven, bake it. The water in the dough will start creating steam and you will get this puffiness. It will start puffing up. And that's basically how you make puff pastry, invented by a French painter, Claude Lorraine. Very, very interesting that a French painter is the one who invented the puff pastry. Enough talking and history, let's eat. The steak and kidney pie, once again, I'm not impressed. It tastes very bland, it's alright. Not much flavor to it. The puff pastry, not the best puff pastry that I've tasted. So far, Woolworths puff pastry is absolutely fantastic. This one, it's alright, not much flavor. Pieman's pies, not great. So, yeah, there isn't much to say. I'm not really getting a lot of meat. This seems to be like a recurring theme. Shoprite, Checkers, Pick n Pay. It seems all these popular grocery stores seem to sell the pieman's pies. Even garages, Shell, they were selling pieman's pies. And these pieman's pies are not great. Somebody out there, I won't do it because I'm not interested in making pies, unfortunately. Someone out there, you could make pies, take them to these big stores, let them taste your pies, and start becoming a supplier and supply better pies, because pieman's pies actually suck. I haven't had one in a long time and I'm not impressed. They are very bland. The pastry is not great. The guys who are baking the pies don't seem to put egg wash on the pies, and that's why they're baking like this kind of yellowish pale color. So when you put egg wash on your pies and you bake them, they will bake much nicer and they will look more presentable. But it seems like at Shoprite they're throwing them straight out of the boxes into the oven and baking them, and voila, that's it. I'm not impressed. These pies are not very tasty to me, not very flavorful. I'm at Shell Garage, Delhi by Shell. I've got the pie. Oh, it's gonna make a mess. It's big, it's huge. Out of all the pies, this is the biggest one. So for me, it's very puff. So like as you can see, the puff pastry, it's not properly cooked. Let's taste it though. This pie, I like it more. This is the second best pie I've had today out of everything that I've had. I did go to Pick n Pay to buy a pie there, and I found that they are serving the same pieman's pies at Pick n Pay, and I've already tasted that pieman's pies. I've been eating steak and pepper steak pies the whole day. I'm so tired of pepper steak pies at this point. That's why I don't like reviewing the same thing over and over. I've gotten by the Shell Garage pie. Man, I'm over it by now. But like I've had water. I took a break, drank some water, just to reset my palate. And this one, I didn't want to take, because when I got to this garage, I saw that they have a different pepper pie, but they have a steak. They have the same pieman's pepper steak here at Shell Garage, and then they also have this steak one. So I took this one, and this one tastes much nice, like sauce meat to puff pastry ratio. This one is perfect. I have the Spar pie. I went to Spar looking for the McCoy gourmet pies, because that's what they say they sell. And to my surprise, when I got there, Spar is selling pieman's pies. So there's a big sign inside of Spar that says McCoy gourmet pies. But when you look at the display glass there, inside there, there's a little tag that says pieman's. And then I asked the lady who works there, don't you guys have McCoy pies? She's like, no, we have the packets here, but we don't have the pies. I took a different pie, beef and onion, just opened it up. Lots of sauce came out. It looks like, is this mince? I expected to see pieces of beef, but this looks like mince. Let's taste. So the puff pastry, significantly better than all the other pieman's pies that I've eaten. Golden brown, it's nice and flaky, it's nice and crispy. This Super Spar here is baking it better. I'm at the Super Spar in Parow. So they are baking their pies much better than all the other spots that I've seen. It says beef and onion. They should say it's beef mince, because to my surprise, it was beef mince. I expected to see pieces of meat or beef or like shredded beef and onion. I'm not getting any onion. It's mince. It's bland, doesn't really have much flavor to it. So once again, pieman's pies, not very impressive. Super Spar. You guys said you sell McCoy pies. I went in there. I went there for McCoy gourmet pie. Not that I know what a McCoy gourmet pie is, but I went to try one, and I thought it would be something different. But Pieman's seems to be everywhere, and I can't find a pie city in Cape Town. So if you're watching from Joburg or any other city, please let me know how if you guys have pie cities there, because I've been looking for pie city. I can't find one in Cape Town. Because I remember as a kid, the pie city pies were always so good. But I can't find one in Cape Town. That's why I came to Spar. So let me know in the comments if the pie city pies are still banging. Let me get the prices. Let's do the final verdict and let's conclude this. Final verdict, let's wrap up this video. In terms of service, Checkers, Spar, Pick n Pay, Woolies, Garage, not a single one gave me service where I can say, this stood out. So all their service is very meh, including Woolies, that I expected to be much better. In terms of the pies, which one for me was the best? I think the only pie that I would say, if you want to try a pie, get one at Woolies for the specific reason. Their pie tastes alright for me. I just expected more flavor. Didn't give me much, but the puff pastry is really fantastic. The king pie, all these pies that I've eaten, that's been Pieman's, king pie, Pick n Pay, Checkers, terrible. If you want a good business idea, make pies, go and present them to these places and tell them, I will supply you, beat their prices. But here's something interesting, right? So when you go to a garage, you're going to pay for the bigger one that I ate, that I reviewed at the garage. It's a Pieman's pie as well. You're going to pay R42.90. But for these ones in the round foil tins, those pies, you are going to pay 34 Rand at a garage. In Checkers, you're going to pay 27 Rand. So the same pie is slightly cheaper in Checkers and more expensive in a garage. And then at Checkers, that same Pieman's pie is 26, at Checkers it's 26.99, but at Spar it's 30 Rand. So it's the same pie at all these places, but it's different prices. But at the garage you will pay the most for it. So the cheapest pie in this video was Checkers Pieman's pie for 26.99. The Woolworths pie 55 Rand. King pie, double filler pie 39 Rand 50, and the garage pie that I ate was 42 Rand 90. So it's very sad to say, but not a single one of these pies were impressive. None of them stood out, besides the Woolies one with the cool puff, with the very, very nice puff pastry. The garage pie was decent, and this beef and onion, it was alright. So it seems like there's a huge problem in South Africa when it comes to pies. There's no one making great pies. I'm blaming Pieman's. If you happen to watch this video or see this video, please bake each and every one of your pies. Taste the puff pastry, taste the fillings. A lot of these fillings is watery, it's tasteless, it doesn't have much flavor. So not a single one of these pies for me was impressive. But if I have to give you advice and say go buy a pie, you might as well go to Woolworths. Even though they are not impressive, they were at least the better option out of all of these options. So yes, I enjoyed making this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment and subscribe. Let me know where you think the best pies are, because none of these places that I did today have one.